Hello my friends and welcome back to Mass Effect 3. In yesterday's video, we did wrap up the priority mission Thessia, and we have since then been doing all of our post-main mission catch-up. It has been much more of a muted catch-up with our companions because Thessia was not as successful as Shepard wanted it to be, or any of us wanted it to be honest. Now I have relocated slightly because we are going to catch up with Liara again, post her conversation with Javik, and well, post everything on Thessia. So let's go see how she's doing, because I imagine not well.
I've studied Protheans my entire life. If I'd been shown the beacon on Thessia earlier...
You would have needed Shepard's cipher to comprehend it.
I still could have learned from it. Instead, my mother hid the galaxy's most important archaeological find from me. It must have been such a joke to her when I became a Prothean researcher.
The penalties for withholding Prothean technology are among the harshest in Council space. Your mother's motives may have been simply to shield you.
Perhaps. Thank you, EDI. I hadn't considered that.
I suppose it's possible. But... Liara?
How did this happen, Shepard? My entire civilization. The Asari's history. The Protheans made it a lie all along. And I abandoned my people to hunt for the catalyst.
Liara, you had nothing to do with the attack on Thessia.
Nothing to do with it? I told those people on Thessia we'd save them. How many Asari died because I demanded their help?
None.
Shepard, that isn't true.
You've been warning your people for 4 years, Liara. There's not a damn thing you should feel guilty about. If we move fast enough, they'll have a chance to survive this, to start again. We lost Thessia, but we haven't lost the Asari yet.
Helping the refugees. That's something I can do. It's something I owe them.
I knew you'd think of something.
I still need some time, Shepard. But thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, sweetie, you need all the hugs right now.
What will happen to the Asari now?
I don't know.
The Council should have evacuated Thessia earlier.
Okay, I guess that's it. Ooh, possible book titles? Glyph, please flag this as a list of possible book titles. When this is all over, I'd like to publish what we've learned about the Protheans. The Protheans, A Living Legacy, the Prothean Empire, the Protheans, The Last Prothean, Living History of the Protheans. I despise thinking of titles for my own. Academic Research, Prothean Journeys, Journeys with the Prothean. Prothean Notes 2186 Entry 4. I can't let disappointment stop me from learning the Protheans' history. It's just as naive as thinking they were all benevolent. I've perhaps been arrogant, judging an entire species on what little time I've had to know its sole survivor. He was hardly responsible for the skewed view I had of his people. I put forward the idea of writing a book with Javik, and to my surprise, he said he would think about it. Perhaps it's a start. Yes, you should not judge an entire people off one person. But I'm sure it is a little shocking to be like, oh, the whole race was not as benevolent as we thought they were. No. It appears not so much. Okay, so at the end of yesterday's video, Tali and Garrus were having a conversation about Liara. I wonder if there's gonna be more.
So who needs their ass kicked now?
Everybody. Cerberus, top of the list. That's who needs their butt kicked. But I'm guessing there's not gonna be a mini update. Hi, Tali. Anything else?
Hopefully she's doing better now.
Thanks for talking to her. Neither of us knew what to say.
There's not much we can say. But being there helps.
Thanks, Shepard.
Okay, let's go to my cabin. I don't expect there's anything. I think one of you mentioned that I have reached I am this right here. I have got all of my upgrades and all of my ships, my model ships, and all of my fish. So I've reached endgame. Complete. Check. I've won the game. Okay, nothing new. Let's check my terminal. Anything else? No, nothing else. Okay. Before we go to the Citadel, let's have a peek at the galaxy map, because I might want to do a system before we go back to the Citadel, because I plan on, in theory, I plan on doing the, what is it? Citadel Dr. Bryson next. That's the next big thing that I want to do, but I do want to kind of do some planet exploration in between so that I can break that up some, because that can get to be a lot. Does it have any updates here? Pre-invasion. Yeah. It's all kind of ruined now. Okay. So Leah Nebula, Nimbus Cluster, Minus Wasteland, Ismar. Oh, this is here now. But there's not a system to go with it. Hourglass Nebula, Shrike Abyssal. There's still nothing there. Hourglass Nebula. Is that new? Maybe? Ooh, Calliston Rift is no longer 100%. Interesting. Kepler Verge Communication Hub. Shadow Sea is Sanctuary. So we got to do those. Well, we'll do Shadow Sea last, obviously. Nubian Expanse. Vatican Beta. Argos Row. Exodus Cluster. Let me think about which one I want to go do. Well, let's try Hourglass Nebula and see what happens here. And then after this one, we'll go to this Citadel. Because I know I've been to the Hourglass Nebula before, but obviously not in this game. 4 systems. There better be lots of stuff here. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Only known from scan data picked up by space probes, Agella is currently classified as a dwarf planet, a warm, barren rock. Its thin atmosphere is composed of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Significant alumina deposits in its crust make its density and gravity very low indeed. That doesn't sound too terribly interesting to scan. Believed to be a post-garden world, Xanathu has large deposits of calcium carbonate in sedimentary rocks, indicating it may have once had plate tectonics and even plant life. Its swirling clouds of dust and snow may have occurred more recently and blocked the sun, creating a mass extinction event. Its surface gravity is comfortable, and its temperatures tolerable by most sapient species. That could be a good one to scan, maybe. Space probes indicate that Senalus is nowhere near as hospitable as its neighbor Xanathu. Senalus's hydrogen-argon atmosphere is thought to be anathema to life, but the presence of borox on surface spawned by a boron-heavy core indicates the plant may have once had water. Okay. None of these seem to be like, this one to scan. Thegan rounds out the trio of planets only scouted by space probe in this backwater solar system. A frozen ball with significant amounts of tin in its crust, Thegan has a fractional atmosphere with trace amounts of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Strange radiation emissions have been charted coming off of Thegan, but it is unknown if these are from radioactive elements or merely a star's radiation reflected by a high albedo surface. Strange emissions. That might be worth scanning, right? I think that one and then the one that had the extinction level event. That's probably where I'm going to start at these two. Okay, nothing there. Let's go to this one here.
I found something.
Oh, good. Okay. Every time I'm always like so surprised with how fast they come. What'd I get? Terminus freighters. Okay. Ooh.
Evasion successful.
Okay. Let's go to Sowillo. It's the farthest away. Hopefully there's some fuel here. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to make it to the next system. It's huge. Tons of planets. A large rock planet with a pressure cooker atmosphere of nitrogen and argon, Uruz's silicate-rich crust is relatively low density. It was largely ignored by the Solarian explorers who first charted the system. Okay. I will probably ignore it too then. Kenaz's extremely thin atmosphere is mostly methane and helium. The Solarian explorers who named the system set up a small mining presence for recovering nickel and chromium used in making stainless steels. Maybe worth scanning. Hagalas sounds very familiar. The second-tier garden world that receives little attention from the galactic community. A Solarian mining expedition initially discovered the planet, which was promptly strong-armed away from them by organized crime figures. Hagalas's exploration rights were then sold to the highest bidder, which led to a brief burst of mining colonies in the 2000s. But most of these were abandoned when other planets were found with more accessible resources. Though Hagalas has a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere capable of supporting life, its rotational period is slower than Earth's, making its day and night 98 Earth days long. Wow. The intense heat on one side of the planet and the extreme cold on the other make for violent storm cells wherever the sun is rising or setting. As a result, the flora and fauna of Hagalas have developed the capability to live in cycles of ice, flooding, baking heat, and traumatic air pressure changes. The biota of the planet has been largely unexploited by the exotic pet and gardening traits. Wait a minute. Has been largely unexploited by the exotic pet and gardening traits since simulating their natural condition is problematic for the average consumer. I would say this is a definite scan planet. We'll start there, I think. Unless one of these other three is more exciting. A large rock planet, Ansuz, was once under development by a consortium of robo-mining interests, but an epidemic of accidents and sabotage cost the lives of hundreds of workers and eventually drove them off-world, despite numerous accusations among the mining corporations and a dozen or more trials. Popular opinion holds that the real saboteurs were never found. Okay, so I feel like each of these, although this one, the second one, is probably best to scan first. Maybe. But each of those are worth it seems. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Thurisaz, has a decrepit automated infrastructure for refueling merchant vessels with helium-3 painted onto the metal in a Solarian dialect are the words self-serve. I remember that. Very vaguely, I remember that. Where is the planet? There we go. A rock and ice planet, Issa has a thin atmosphere of methane and ethane. Its borax deposits, largely trapped beneath the ice, were never considered valuable enough to mine since synthetic substitutes and alternative sources became widely available. I think I'm going to start with the planet that had the longest description. Because I feel like that's the one that might have something. That just makes the most sense.
Signal confirmed.
Perfect. Okay, let's start the scanner here. What'd I get? Mining stuff? Shadow Broker support team. Oh, that's why, right. That's why I recognize Hagalas from the Shadow Broker. That's where the ship was in Mass Effect 2. Oh, Jessica. Okay, let's try this one here. Nope. Let's try this one here. Okay, there's still
Reapers
something
eluded.
left to find. So Oh, there it
Faster
is.
than light jump successful.
Fuel? Thank you for the fuel. I will need it. We need to go over here.
Evasion successful.
Barely. I feel like I'm always going around it the longest and slowest way possible. Bar Yar. A scorchingly hot planet close to its parent star, Quorum was bombarded by comets and asteroids during its earliest geological periods. As the solar system stabilized, these occurrences leveled off until the planet became geologically inactive. Its nitrogen and helium atmosphere is extremely thick due to heavy metals, making the planet's core very dense. Unfortunately, these metals are deep below the crust, making mining impractical. But could I get to them? That's what I wonder. Though ancient riverbeds crisscross the plains of Daratar, photodissociation has long since dried up the world. There are indications of ancient mining operations, but any structures have long since been buried or worn away by the planet's seasonal dust storms. Maybe something to scan? First charted by the Solarians, Tung Figgle, or Hard Heart, is noted for its platinum and uranium deposits, making robo-mining a lucrative activity. While the surface temperature is well within the range of a comfortable EVA excursion, the extremely dense Tung Figgle generates a dangerous gravitational pull 5 times that of Earth. The Solarian miners exploiting the planet derisively nickname planets such as these Elcor tourist traps. Maybe, there we go. Nephros, or restless sleep, is a relatively small hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant. Its atmosphere is home to spectacular winds of up to 350 kilometers per hour and electrical storms up to 700 times the power of those on Earth, which indicate that its hydrogen clouds contain moderate amounts of water vapor. Okay. Maybe scan it for water. I don't know. None of these planets seem super, must scan. Alangon, or Deceptive, was so named by Solarian scouts because as their probes landed on the planet, their instruments started going awry. This turned out to be due to high concentrations of magnetically active Heracles magnesia in the core and crust of the planet. This interference with scans and broadcasts, which has given rise to countless spacer stories of pirates lying in wait in Alganon's magnetosphere, or crashed ships with untold fortunes stranded on the surface. In reality, any pirates would have a hard time locating prey amongst all the interference and would live lives cut off from the rest of the galaxy, as the magnetosphere kills extraplanetary communication. Alganon's other natural features are a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide, spectacular dry ice formation, and xenon gas, which can be skimmed from the upper atmosphere and used in ion thrusters. Oh, it's a pretty long description, so we should probably scan that one, just because it was the longest one so far. Wenrum, or White Knight, takes its name from a Solarian story in the Romantic period of a knight who refused all temptation to riches, carnality, and even flavorful food until justice was served to the poor and oppressed. The planet is so named because of its white, highly reflective surface, composed mainly of titanium dioxide and ice, and no atmosphere to speak of to dim its albedo. It is really pretty. Very glowy. Anything in the asteroid belt? Any beeps and boops? That's what we're looking for. No, doesn't seem like it. Disappointing. I was like, oh wait, that was the planet. Okay, one more, and then we'll start our scanning. Antikythera, or fused metal, is so named because of its spectacular craters. A planet high in various grades of iron oxide, Antikythera is regularly pummeled by loose asteroids in the nearby belt between it and Wenrum. There we go. The iron melted and fused by the incoming meteors makes for spectacular landscape shots that look alien no matter what part of the galaxy you may be from. However, due to frequent meteor impacts, exploration is considered highly dangerous, even to those with advanced kinetic barriers. Okay, well, let's save. I think I want to head back to the one with the long description. This one over here. There's another boop right next to it?
I found something.
Well, that's convenient. Now, if that's the only two, that would make it even better. Probably not, but... What do we get? Shadow Broker Starship Tech. Is this where Liara left her ship? That seems highly unlikely. Fuel. Thank you. Now I can get back to the main system. Oh, and I'm done. And the Reapers aren't even here yet. How amazing is that? Okay, back to the main system of Osen. Oh, wow. The huge gas giant so close to it. A medium-sized gas giant, Oronmilla, is close enough to its parent star to suffer massive changes in temperature during its day and night periods. This leads to powerful convection currents and storms throughout its hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Gathering helium-3 to refuel is possible for the hardiest of exploration craft, but lesser ships are nearly always lost in the attempt. Oronmilla is within the frost line of its solar system, where icy-cored gas giants do not usually form. For this reason, it is believed to be an extrasolar planet captured by its star's gravity. Huh. Erinley is a garden world in its last stages of habitability. While its soil still supports agriculture, its animal biodiversity has fallen to record lows, and the most successful remaining life is toxic blue-green algae, an insect-like pest species. A large Solarian colony is trying to restore biodiversity to the planet, but setbacks are a fact of life. Mineral and fuel mining remains lucrative, however, and Erinley has a thriving spaceport that refuels many ships passing into the Terminus system. That's a definite scan, right? I think so. Aganju is an extremely large rock planet with a thin atmosphere of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Abundant in both copper and platinum, the crust has been scanned by mining bots from Erinley, but the specialized equipment to work in Aganju's heavy gravity, more than 5 Gs, has created prohibitive costs, and so Aganju is largely unexploited. Maybe there'll be lots of resources then. Last one. Olokun, or Sky Harvest, is a standard gas giant composed of hydrogen and helium. These spacefarers from Erinley gather helium-3 from here rather than Oronmilla, as its atmosphere is much more predictable. Okay, so I think I should scan all of them, honestly. But I'm going to start with the garden world because there's a colony there. And that makes the most sense. But let me see if I can kind of...
Signal confirmed.
Okay, I thought the planet would be one of them. Start scanner. And it's like a new present every time. Oh, credits, thank you. And then I'm guessing this one over here is fuel. It is. Thank you, thank you. And is that... I think that's it for all of them. It is. Nice. Hourglass Nebula done. I must not have unlocked this, but whatever system or cluster this is, it's under attack. So there you go. Okay, we're going to head to the Citadel. So now before I go to the Citadel, I want to check out my war assets. And then we'll do our Citadel privates. And we'll do my Citadel updates, in theory, if there are any. I don't think I have any quests to turn in, so it may be a super quick runaround, but we'll see how much has changed. I feel like some of it would have changed, because you know that human soldier in the embassy, she definitely shouldn't still be there at this point. Or at least she shouldn't be trying to send her kid to Thessia anymore. So Shadow Broker support team. The Shadow Broker's strength lies in her connections. Dr. Liara T'Soni has a team of operatives able to procure almost any supplies at any time. By using an extensive network of bribes, blackmail, and favors, this logistical support has become important to building the Crucible, as the disruption of communications and travel makes gathering resources risky at the best of times. I feel like, I know I'm not going to hit a perfect war assets bar, but I feel like it's going to still get all filled up, but maybe I'm wrong. Shadow Broker Starship Tech. The Shadow Broker's unnamed vessel served as both a data repository and a stealth ship for the enigmatic information trader. The ship ingeniously drew its power from the thunderstorms raging constantly on the planet it orbited, relying on interlocking system of kinetic barriers, grounding rods, and capacitors to avoid being ripped apart. These systems have been repurposed for sections of the Crucible that require the safe discharge of tremendous amounts of energy. And Terminus freighters. The Terminus system team with planets rich in rare elements, minerals, and other raw materials important for the Crucible. Fortunately, the Terminus system also have a great quantity of freighter vessels. Abasca-class ships, while only lightly armored, can carry millions of tons of freight with fuel tanks optimized for long, hazardous journeys. I feel like I need to stop reading because I'm starting to really mess up. Okay. Back in here we go. Back in here we go.
Commander.
Private. Okay. Now let's head to the Citadel proper. And then after we finish here, we'll go... Maybe we'll go to the Dr. Bryson's lab, but Alliance docks first, please.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
I'll handle it.
Yes, Commander.
For the first time since the Ragnar War, the Asari homeworld of Thessia has been attacked by aliens.
Well, these two are still here.
Have you discovered a way to run FTL spaceships without an EZO core private to lobby?
No, ma'am.
Then consider this a serious assignment. Intel's expecting a Cerberus raid.
Cerberus? Cerberus?
There a problem?
Disappointing. I was hoping there would be more. Jacob, Arya, Edie, Joker, Liara, James, and Zaid. Oh, this could be a very
I thought we were fighting
quick,
Reapers,
uneventful trip.
Give it a week. You could be.
Well, we can get news updates at least while we're here, right?
Spectre status recognized. Please select a destination.
Go to the
One
Commons.
moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
Let's go to the shopping areas at least.
Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
No, I'm not getting any of the ultralight stuff.
Elkos Combine. If it exists, we
Thank
carry
you.
it.
Come again.
Welcome to
Well,
Kanala
it's-
Exports.
If it exists, we carry it. No, no, it doesn't.
Welcome to Kanala Exports.
Armor piercing. No, I don't want
Thank you
that
for
one.
shopping at Kanala Exports.
There literally have been no changes in like multiple main missions.
Refugees from Dakuna are fleeing to the Citadel. Refugee camps in the Citadel are straining existing resources, and the Council reports that food shortages may happen in the near future. As Reaper forces appear close to capturing Thessia, Asari refugees are pouring into the Citadel. Reapers have now taken the Maroon Sea Cluster in the Attican Traverse. The Nubian Expanse and the Armstrong Nebula have also fallen to Reaper forces. As fighting continues, the Reapers now control more than half the inhabitable galaxy.
Great.
Erdnot Rex remains adamant that the Krogan will continue to support the Turians.
Okay, I think that's probably all it's gonna be new, maybe. Okay, let's go check out these shops. And we'll check in on Liara since she's here.
The Asari homeworld of Thessia has been attacked by alien forces.
Yeah, we heard that one.
Welcome to
I think
Agor
before.
Munitions.
High velocity barrel. Nope.
Please obey all local government restrictions when purchasing protective equipment.
Nope. I feel like I'm using these. I feel like I should actually purchase these because I feel like there are. I've got scopes on
Our customer service
my companions.
specialists are
All
always
purchases made
interested
by
in
Welcome to
I
Simperton
might.
Armory.
I might not. Let's do that one as well.
professional
Omniblade,
grade
no.
equipment at reasonable prices. That's
No.
Thank you for
Precision
shopping at
Technology.
Simperton
None of that is
Armory.
needed.
AM Trading Limited.
Liara.
Hello, Shepard. Nice to see you. I missed this place.
Ugh, Liara's had a rough first game. She lost her mom. Second game, she became the Shadowbroker, which was kind of cool. This game, she loses her dad and her entire planet.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods.
Although it could get better. Well, and the only way it could get better is
Our
if we...
selections include rare technology upgrades from the Terminus systems.
Pistol scope. Here we go. We'll get this one too. If we manage to kill the Reapers, which I assume we're going to. You know, that's just
All
a
licensed
natural assumption.
purchases may apply for a professional discount. Welcome to Casa Fabrication Weaponry.
Nope. Piercing.
All
No.
goods have been marked down with our special wartime discount.
Okay.
Casa Fabrication Weaponry hasn't forgotten Earth.
Herm.
Neither should you.
I could go check on James's probably playing poker. He's in 4, and Zaid's in the same spot. Well, let's go check out my Spectre terminal and then my Spectre shopping, and then I guess we could start the DLC. I'm a little like disappointed. I kind of want to explore some more systems, but there may be a lot of exploration at once. But it doesn't sound like this priority is the end of the game, because we would need to get this and then go to the, install. We would need to go and get the information, then have everything upgraded and installed, and then I would assume have a big battle against the Reapers at the end. So probably not the last thing to do yet, but we're getting there. I feel like we're actually getting there. Especially since my war assets bar is filling up
Now arriving
rather
at
nicely.
Presidium Embassy.
Okay. See, she's still here.
Rex remains adamant that the Krogan will continue to support the Turians.
My wife was just sent back to active duty, and I'm about to get shipped out too.
Why?
I was told you might be able to help me.
Literally, it's on the news, lady. Don't send your kid to Thessia.
Yes. How did you know that?
Oh, no. So bad.
Spectre status recognized.
Yep. Spectre status recognized. Okay.
An ANN editorial comment. We've heard non-stop news about massacres on our homeworlds. But let's not forget that we've survived heavy losses before. Rachni consumed Solarian colonies. Quarians lived through the unthinkable slaughter of the Morning War. Periods of ethnic cleansing have darkened the corners of human history. But we're a galaxy of survivors. Despite threats both organic and synthetic we've endured, some wonder if submitting to the Reapers will save them. To you, I ask, what were the Reapers doing during all those years in dark space? They were
someone keeps interrupting this.
that hides knows what fear is. They fear us, because if we get the upper hand, there won't be any more Reapers. This is Iris Dunnigan for Battlespace. Good night, and do your part. From across the Milky Way, this is the Alliance News Network.
I like her voice way better than the one I've got on my ship. Okay, shopping. We're gonna buy the Typhoon. I mean, I've got lots of money. Okay, so the Typhoon is a distinctive light machine gun featuring a face shield to protect the shooter from headshots. Its power and recoil are so notorious that it includes a high-tech kinetic reducer to fight muzzle climb. Since the reducer tries to limit all motion by the weapon, marksmen do not engage it while moving and instead reduce the recoil only when they are in cover. Okay, N7 Typhoon purchased. Oof. Now I have to go buy all the upgrades on my ship. But I guess I kind of want to, can I try it myself? Maybe. Just for a second. Okay. Oh, lots of new things. Typhoon. Okay, let's modify it. Increase damage. And then rounds. Confirm. What is my other new over here? Ah, the Widow. Several research firms spent a considerable fortune trying to redesign the Widow sniper rifle. Their goal was to retain the Geth weapon's considerable firepower while reducing its recoil so that the gun could be fired without breaking a non-synthetic arm. Yeah, that would be useful. After much trial and error, one company finally produced a usable model rolled out to the galactic market. Oh, we're going to leave that one on. Look at this thing. Holy crap. Oh my god, this gun is crazy. I mean, the size and like... The kickback is no joke, though. 180 rounds. I mean, like, that's... I want to go to my Matic. It's all the way down here, right? This one? Yes, this one. But we'll give it to Ashley and Garrus and see how they do. All right. Now that we've played and had fun, let's head back to the Normandy.
Urgently, human, I must speak to you on behalf of my people.
Hi.
What is it?
Holding sorrow. Dakuna, my home world, the Reapers have come. Holding sorrow, our warriors are under siege, but your forces can rescue them. Urgently, please. All the other races have turned us aside.
I almost ran right past this guy, and I would pay lots of in-game credits to see an Elcor warrior in battle. That would be amazing. Elcor warriors?
How do your people fight?
Proudly, with VI-assisted infantry. Our soldiers carry heavy weapons into battle mounted on their backs. Mixed pride and shame, our enemies have called us living tanks, as well as names less flattering.
Oh, I'll see what I can do.
I'll take the Normandy as soon as we have time.
Relief. Thank you, Commander. Small hope, Perhaps we can evacuate some of our civilians when your forces arrive. Anxiously, I will remain here for news. Please hurry. Dakuna burns.
I feel like you've been here for a while. I must have been running past you this entire time. I'm so sorry, sir. I've ignored you for far too long. So what's the new quest? Dakuna Elcor extraction. Dakuna is a planet that keeps coming up on the news. So the Elcor have requested an emergency extraction for warriors and civilians trapped on their homeworld of Dakuna. Search for survivors on Dakuna, rescue them if possible, and return to the Elcor ambassador. Well, I have to go there anyway for the Code of Ancients, apparently. And so many other things. I thought I'd been to the Silean Nebula. But maybe not as much as I thought. Huh. Well, I was going to meet you back at the Normandy, but I got distracted by an Elcor.
Please select a one moment, please.
I feel like he's been there a while, and I've run past him
Now
who knows
at docking bay
how many
D24.
times. Actually, let me... He never came up on here, either. I can go right to Dr. Bryson's lab, but I want to return to the Normandy because I want to. It just makes more sense to me.
Commander?
Any messages? No? Okay, so we are going to start with the minuscule amount of time that I have left today. We're going to start the Dr. Bryson DLC and probably have an awkward cut, but I want to get it going. I don't want to end this early. So Citadel Dr. Bryson, he is working on a classified project and needs help. Contact him in his lab on the Citadel. And the only way to get to him is via here. So Dr. Bryson's lab.
I want you to match this against all known locations and update the map. Then contact the field teams for a progress report.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Shepard. We've been expecting you. Just a moment. And Hadley? Could you gather the Leviathan data for us? Apologies, Commander. The rest of my team is out investigating leads right now. I'm Dr. Garrett Bryson, and this is Task Force Aurora.
What's your assignment?
Our mandate is to investigate legends, rumors, old stories about the Reapers before anyone knew they existed.
Is that necessary? Probably. It might be helpful. It does sound useful.
That's an interesting goal, but is anyone doubting the Reapers exist these days?
The Alliance is still desperate for intelligence. Reaper motives, their operational tactics. Anything that can give us an edge.
And how did you wind up in charge?
When the rest of the galaxy says something doesn't exist, I take that as a chance to prove that it does.
So you're in it for the challenge?
For the truth. Even as late as 2148, humanity still thought aliens were a myth. That was within my lifetime. Once that myth was proven to be reality, our entire history changed.
Reapers were part of that reality, too.
But even they have a history, Commander. If we can just uncover it, there may be a weakness we can exploit.
Yes, this does all sound extremely useful.
I could have used your help 3 years ago.
Yes. If people had paid more attention to your Prothean beacon, we might not be in this war. But now with new information we've uncovered, a breakthrough's near. Hadley, do you have the data?
No!
Oh no! Oh no!
This is Commander Shepard. I need C-Sec at my location, now!
You shouldn't be here. The darkness can't be breached.
Transit records show his name is Derek Hadley. He's worked here for a couple months.
Shepard, I monitored a C-Sec alert from this location. Were you harmed?
I'm fine, but I could use your help sorting this out, EDI. Take a look through their files. I need to know what this task force was up to.
At once.
What? What's happening?
It's an extremely good question. You're a murderer? Did he kill him? Like, he shot him. Is he really dead? Like, we just got here and this guy's already dead? Like, it's so complicated.
You tell me.
I was gathering our data when you arrived, and then it was dark. Cold. Like I was someplace else.
And then?
I don't know! A gun was in my hand. Dr. Bryson, there was a loud noise.
That was you shooting him.
Oh, he is dead.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. You have to believe that.
Then what happened? You're not. I'm assuming there's something else going on here. Otherwise, you know, I feel like we would have an extremely short TLC. But like I said, it was going to happen. I am going to have an awkward cut because we are at time, and who knows when the next time I will get a chance to pause will be. So on Sunday, I hate to may have to make you wait, but on Sunday, I will pick you back up here, and we will continue working on the Dr. Bryson's Lab DLC. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest. We're going to call it the Dr. Bryson's Lab DLC, although Dr. Bryson's already dead and it's so complicated already. But anyways, as always, thank you so very much for watching. Please do keep yourselves safe, and I will see you again on Sunday with another new Mass Effect 3 video.